Hey guys, yesterday you guys talked to me about something that you really wanted to see a little bit more of, and that was finding zeros. From our quiz, that was probably the most missed piece was finding zeros, followed by our range. So you'll get a video for each of those here in the next couple of days. So finding zeros for our graphing. Again, a reminder, what we're essentially getting here is where does our graph hit the x-axis? That, again, is what our zeros are. That's what we're trying to figure out, okay? That's why it benefits us to find these, okay? So for this problem, they're going to give us a quadratic form or quadratic equation, and usually it's like y equals because it's what we're graphing. You're going to first need to figure out what your A, your B, and your C is. You can write them down the side if you would like to, or you can just label them within your problem. Either way is fine. Most of us are doing okay with labeling. So I've got A is my 7, B is my negative 31, C is my negative 20. Again, it's always following that order, A, B, C, once it's in standard form. Okay. Now we're just plugging things in to our formula. So over here, the first thing I have is opposite B. If you're getting the correct numbers but opposite signs, it tends to be this very first thing having a mistake, opposite B. Okay. So our B value is negative 31. The opposite of that would be positive 31. So I should have positive 31 plus or minus the square root. Here, make sure you put your parentheses. I have a negative 31 going inside my parentheses for B. Squared is on the outside. Again, do not put the squared on the inside of the parentheses. Your calculator will get you a negative answer every time, even though it should not there. Minus 4 times our A value, which we said was 7, times our C value, which is negative 20. All over 2 times our A value, which is 7. Okay? This is directly just plugging our values, our A, B, and C, into our problem. Okay? The part that we have to do next is literally just underneath of the radical. I would not put in the square root. I would just do the numbers inside the radical first. So for this one, what I would be typing into my calculator or my phone would be parentheses negative 31, parentheses squared, minus 4 times 7 times negative 20. When I do that, this one gives me a big number, 1521. Okay? Over 2 times 7 gives me 14. Okay? Again, the reason why I do this separately is if I get a negative number underneath this radical, if I would have had negative 1,521, then I know this is a non-real solution that can stop right there. Okay? So from here, I'm going to type that into my calculator. Square root of 1,521. So square root of 1,521. This gets me the whole number 39. Again, once I do the square root, my square root symbol is gone. So I'd have 31 plus or minus 39 over 14. This is the point where I'm going to split this problem. We should get 2 answers, normally. Okay? If we have non-real solutions, it means we have 0 answers that hit their 0 spots where our graph hits the x-axis. If you get a 0 in here, that's when you get 1 answer. Kind of rare to see that. Okay? Here, I should know, yep, I'm going to get 2 separate answers. And I get that because of my sign here of the plus or minus. So my top part, just because it's the top, I always do the plus on the top. 31 plus 39 over 14. Again, nothing has changed. All 3 numbers are there. I'm just using the plus sign. Now in the second one, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but have a minus for that part. Okay? So then, I'm going to solve. When I solve this, I'm doing the top part first. So I'm going to do 31 plus 39, which is going to get me 70 over 14. On the bottom, 31 minus 39, which will get me negative 8 over 14. When I actually divide, so this is kind of the last step, I'm going to divide these and see what I get. 70 divided by 14 gives me the answer of 5. Negative 8 divided by 14 is going to get me a decimal, so I'm going to get negative 0.57 If you leave it as a reduced fraction, you get 4 over 7, but I'm okay with that decimal. So then here would be my two answers, 5 or negative 0.57. Okay? This is my zeros. This is essentially where on my graph, I know on the x-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know it's going to hit here in negative 0.57, so about negative 1/2. This is going to be what my graph looks like. Okay? It gives us a general idea of that graph. Okay? So, finding your zeros, A, B, C, plug it into your formula, do just what's under the radical first. If you get a positive value, you do the square root, and then you split it, 1 plus, 1 minus, and you should be okay. The number one spot I've seen mistakes is this very first term is opposite B. So whatever the sign is, you flip it. If it's a negative B value up here, you make it positive. If it's positive, you make it negative. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Again, hopefully this video helps a little bit moving forward. I'm going to be having that test on Thursday over our graphing quadratics. See you guys.